Hey guys, Adam Harrison from the Cigar Box Guitar Builder, and today I am cutting out a pickup hole and putting in a bridge. So I've already put in the bridge, I've already set this up, and I'm going to show you how I do it. And this is a juke joint rocker, so this is kind of part 3, I think, of the juke joint rocker marathon. You will notice I got a little bit of tape on this here. Here we go. You see that tape there? Now I've got this tape set up at the 650mm line, which is 25.5 inch scale length. So what I do is I place my ruler along my fretboard. Now my box top is screwed down in 2 points. I've got it set up exactly where I want it, and I've basically got my ruler heading straight down the length of this guitar. What I'll then do is put my bridge and center my bridge, making sure that my bridge is straight. All the saddles are all very straight; they're not crooked. So, and this will help me set the bridge square. So visually, it'll look square when you look at it. I'll then use my hole punch. I'll punch the 4 holes for the bridge, and then what I will do is I'll take it off. I use a number 2 drill bit, drill the 4 holes, ready to go, and then I use a number 3, and I've got a bigger hole here, just there. I'm not sure if you can see it there, but there's a bigger hole in the center. Bring you over. Let's see what I'm talking about here. There's a bigger hole in the center, so you can see there's kind of 5 holes there. So the bridge will sit there like that. There you go, nice and straight. And I put another hole here. Now this is for the earth wire, which will attach to one of the potentiometers that'll sit here. There's a hole in the back that I've cut. That'll get a aluminium plate or a timber plate, depends. What I might end up doing is using these. So I've got a few of them set aside. There we go. I always cut them off for pickup holes, and I could quite easily shape that into something nice and use that. So we're always trying to use things wisely. Okay, so that is your earth wire hole. So that's the bridge ready to go. Now, the pickup, you will notice that I've kind of pre-drawn it, but what I'll do is I'll run this ruler down again, and making sure that it's straight. All I'm doing is eyeballing it, but making sure it's straight all the way down. I've got the same amount of fret. If it's like that, I know it's wrong. So I'm just feeling it, seeing it visually. I know that that's nice and straight. And what I'll then do, I'll get the pickup ring. I'll place the pickup ring into position, and I'll find a spot far enough away from the bridge that I know it's not going to touch the bridge block underneath, and then I square it up, and I have a little look from above, and I make sure that it's all sitting nice and squarely. You've got a bit of a slightly askew angle here, and I'll just make sure that that's all sitting quite nicely. And once I am, and I'm happy with that, I'll grab my ruler and take it away, and I'll use a pencil and I'll draw in all the bits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little holes there, and then you've got the surround. So I'll then pop that back on my wall. There we go. Got the little pickup rings there that I use, and I will put you back here on the cradle, and I'm going to use my Dremel. Now I love my Dremel, but I don't use it a lot, but I use it pretty much for this. So as we go, where are my goggles? Put on my glasses. All right, there we go. Just a nice little set of glasses. And they fit slightly over my glasses, so I can still see. All right, now I've got my battery in. As soon as I finish using my Dremel, I always take the battery out, just in case I set it off accidentally. I don't want to hurt myself, so I always put it aside. We're ready to go now. So battery in. All right, I'm going to move these things out of the way because I don't want to bang into anything. My desk is actually fairly clean at the moment, believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to do the forward side, and I cut on the outside of the pencil line. The reason I cut on the outside of the pencil line, if I cut on the inside or on the pencil line, the hole, the cavity that I put in is not going to be wide enough. I'm then going to have to file it out. So I'm going to come to the back one now. Now I'm not forcing it. I'm just letting the bit do its thing. It's actually a metal bit, a bit that's designed to cut metal, but it cuts this ply really nicely. Now you'll notice how I'm holding it. I'm holding it here. I'm holding it firmly. I'm not letting, because it will run. If you just use one hand, it'll go for a ride. So I'm just holding it nice and firmly. I'm not pressing down hard. All right, and then we're going to do the two sides. All right, take the battery out. All right, pop it back. All right, and I usually take a photo here because it's kind of cool. I'll just use my knife. Just take out any areas that aren't square. And then I'll take my cover again. I'll place it over the top. And that is super clean. All right, so that is super duper duper clean. So the next thing I'm going to do now, however, is on my guitars, I use sound hole, these for sound hole covers. They are actually becoming really difficult to find. And I like using these for the sound hole covers. There we go. All right, here we go. So I've got the strainer. And this is what I use for a sound hole cover in my guitars. It's simple. I think it looks really good, and it's kind of become part of how I build my guitars. So again, I'm showing you what I do. I mean, you're welcome to take what I do, of course, and go and do your own thing with it. So this is what I do. I balance it out, and I know with these I should get about 2.2 mil to touch here. Looking here, not 2.2 mil, 22 millimeters. 22 there, 22 there. Yep, so I know that's center. I've centered it in between the pickup and the edge of the neck. I have a little tenon coming in here, and I'm just going to put a pencil mark there. And again, I like to then double check as I come down here, just to make sure that dot, when I press down, that dot looks like it really is in the center, just here. There's the dot there that I put, which was the center. Yep, that looks really good. So that was the center of that center hole, just there. And that's what I use to find center here. And it's pretty much centered between the pickup and the tenon that comes into about there. So I know that the rim isn't going to be affected by that tenon, which would be a problem. Small problem, but nothing dramatic. Okay, so next step is going to be using a drill and a hole punch or hole maker type thing. So this is one of these things, and this fits into the drill like so. Just make sure it's nice and tight. It is nice and tight. Now the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to use my hole punch, and I'm going to punch a hole there. And then I'm going to use my screwdriver and my 2 pilot screws that help hold things together. I'm just going to take those out. And I'm going to just offset the top for a second. There. And I'm just going to take this down so that I'm playing and drilling on a level surface. And what I've done is, because that's the inside of my tenor, if you look inside the box, this is the inside of the box. And I don't particularly want to drill a hole in that, so I'm just going to put it off center a bit so I can drill a hole. So here we go. And I am going to use a clamp, and I'm going to hold the... I could do this a little more awkwardly, couldn't I? I'm going to just hold the top in place with a clamp so it doesn't move about. This is fine. Okay. Just make sure my lead is free to move about. Find that center hole. All right, and we're through. So let's take that off. All right, we are through. Let's get some of this. I just want to give you a bit of an idea of how hot it is at the moment. Like literally, it's Australian heat. It's muggy, it's humid. It's about, I don't know what temperature it is at the moment. It's got to be close to 32, 33 Celsius, has to be. And it's really muggy. So I am sweating like a pig. We'll just get the brush, give it a little brush down. I keep these, oh sorry, give that a brush down, hope you can see. I keep these and I use those as biscuits for the dog bowl resonators, or even sound hole, not sound hole covers, even output jack covers on the backs of the guitars. I'll move these around. Hello little wasp. I got a little waspy friend there. Do get him here. If you leave him alone, they leave you alone. There we go. All right, now I need to clean this up a little bit. So I'll get some sandy paper. Just roll it up into a ball. I'm literally trying not to sweat over this poor guy's guitar. When it gets too hot, you guys in America at the moment, if you're watching this in America, you guys in America are dealing with ridiculous cold. In Australia at the moment, we're dealing with crazy heat. I don't know, are we... Just trying to think, would we be somewhat similar to California weather or something like that? I'm not too sure, because it does snow. It's known to snow here in the Blue Mountains in winter, but you kind of got to get up to Katoomba, up about a kilometre above sea level. And it does snow in winter, but it's summer at the moment, and it is hot, hot, hot. So that's looking pretty good. All right, so now what I do is I'm going to put a ring of super glue around the hole. Super glue always likes to stay still, so let's get you back down there. There we go. You see the guitar? I need a camera crew, man. All right. And I'm going to pop this back on my little neck rest. And we're just going to, here we go. Going to go around. I quite like doing this part, although, okay, so that's super glue there. Plonk that on, and now I need to flip it. And we're going to find center, or as center as humanly possible center. All right. Actually, bloody hell, that's fine. Look at that. There we go. Really happy with that. All right. Now here we go. I'm going to flip it again. Make sure it's firm. Just want to double check it. It's good. From an angle, a couple of different angles here. Now, there we go. All right, cool. Then, while it is curing, I'm simply going to use some blue tape. And this stuff, you won't get this off. This won't come off. So a bit of blue tape, just while it's curing. And I'll leave the blue tape on. It'll just stay in the box now. It won't come off. All right. There we go. And that's in there. And I know that's safe. I just want to double check it now. Make sure it's happy from a bit of an angle. Can you see that? That's looking pretty good. Looking good. There we go. It's starting to look like a juke joint rocket now. There we go. Looking sharp. Looking good, Mr. Cutter. Yeah, that looks good. All right, happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy. All right, get you back a little bit there. All right. That's looking sharp. All right, now, this is the most important part. All right, this is 3mm ply. Okay, so it's the same kind of timber you would get on the bottom of Romeo and Juliet cigar box. It's a good strong marine grade ply, and this is for Ian. And this one, but one thing is going to happen, we've cut 2 holes in the top. Okay, so we've got a hole there, we've got a hole there. Yes, there is some tension created by the ring, which is good. And when this pickup ring gets put over, you'll have 4 screws there and 2 screws here holding it. So there'll be a little bit of tension. Then, of course, the tension of the bridge pressing down onto this bridge block. And it's fairly sturdy. However, it can be prone to, because of the size of this guitar, it's quite a large area on the top. I'm going to treat it the same way as the bottom. You can see here I've got some bracing there. It's got an H-type bracing in the center. Now, I'm not going to put an H-type bracing, but what I find is I will put a strip of 5mm ply across the top, and it's going to go here in between where the pickup here is and where the strainer ring is. Okay, so I'll show you how I do that in just a second. All right, so doesn't have to be pretty, has to do a job. So I've got a nice thick piece of plywood here. It's lovely and straight. Just take the burrs off the end of it. You're never going to see the inside of this guitar. So it's lovely and straight. It's lovely and flat as well, because it's an engineered timber, and that is going to get glued across here. So, and again, super glue. It's going to cure like glass. Nice amount of it. Don't be shy. Plonk it on. And that is not going to come off. That won't come off at all. And what that's going to do is that's going to stop the top flexing, because we don't want the top to flex. We want it to be fairly rigid, and we want it to vibrate so you can hear it acoustically. So if you don't want to plug it in, you still want to be able to hear it acoustically. And this is going to provide the tension, all the tension that we need. There we go. And that's already stuck on. I can't move that. No, it's gone. That's it. That's already cured. Quick set. And that's that. So, realistically, the next step now is going to be to mount the pickups. I've got these pickups here. And this is a CBG size, cigar box guitar size pickup. There we go. Nice, powerful little pickup. And it's easy wiring too, because you've got an earth wire and you've got a live wire. So what'll happen with this, and I might as well show you now. I can show you now because this is what's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to take a length off this because I don't want too much cable in there when I do the wiring. And Or look, having one of these, it's always great to invest in getting some product and getting some tools that really help you with the job. There you go. Super easy. No stuffing around. No messing around. No accidentally cutting and snipping the cable in half where you don't want it snipped in half. And you got a few different braids here. Okay. I've got the red and the white. Now, the red is the live and the white is the earth. So I've just taken a little bit extra off the earth, I think. I'm not sure. Can you see that there? Oh, hello. Hang on. Can you see that there? All right. Okay. So the white is the earth. The red is the live. And then you've got these wires here. This is shielding. Okay. So what we do then is we get the shielding and the white wire and we smush that together. There we go. Here we go. So now we've got this white wire and the braid, which we will solder to the top of the potentiometer. Now I'm also watching here to make sure that I don't have any stray braid wires, because if your braid wire touches the live connection, it'll just short everything out. So it'll all get shorted. It won't work. All right. It's as simple as that. Your system won't work at all if it shorts out. So we keep that well away from the earth. And this is the one we're going to solder to lug number 3 on our volume potentiometer. Okay. So, but what we're going to do now is get a number 3 bit, drill bit. All right, and we are going to drill a hole in the top. Now you remember, I'm not doing this at random. I'm actually doing this, I know. I've marked this out already. So I've got the 5 dots here for, there we go. So 2 for the, we've got 2 there for the screws that raise and lower the pickup. And then we've got the 4 pickup ring mounting screws, which I will put in some 1.5 mil guide holes. There we go. Put that back. I'll get my glasses out of the way because I'm not using those at the moment. All right. Here we go. Get my drill bit. 1, 2. Hope you can see this. Really do, because I'm trying to do this with the forward-facing. I'm trying to do this with the forward-facing camera on the iPhone. All right, let's drop these in. 1, 2, they're in. Notice it's not, I haven't put anything in yet. All right, now you can see here I've got the volume hole, okay, and the tone hole for the potentiometers. All right, we're going to put the 2 screws here and here. And when I put the pickup in, I'm going to put the pickup in with the wire facing down towards the volume potentiometer and tone potentiometer. Now, the only reason I'm doing that is just simply because, as I said before, I want to shorten the length of wire inside the guitar. Firstly, so it doesn't rattle, but secondly, I just feel it reduces hum and buzzing and all that sort of stuff that can happen in electrical components and things like that. So the shorter the wires, I think the best. And that is simply going to wire down here into the potentiometers, the 500K potentiometers down here. All right, now the pickup rings are not in yet. I don't like using the screws that come with the pickup rings. I like using slightly more industrial style of screw. Oh, I am going to need to buy more. I am running out. And I'll use a different drill for this one, finer drill. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And man, this is almost ready to rock. So this is the guts of the machine, man. This is the guts of the machine. This is where it's all gonna happen. All right, so putting in like this, just making sure that everything's gonna sit in there nicely. Just double checking wires, cables, making sure that lengths are right. Just double checking that I have got enough space for the pickup. And the pickup's going to behave itself. And you are hiding down there, being annoying. All right, let's see. Ah, lovely. Yep, so there's enough room in there. Once that cable's connected here to the volume, the cable's trying to sit on top of the block where the bridge is going to sit. That's why the pickup wasn't sitting in nicely. But that is ready to rock, man. That is awesome. So there we go, Ian. That is your guitar. Ian is champing at the bit to get his hands on this. That is just going to look absolutely ace. I love these guitars. I love these guitars. These are our best-selling guitar. This is the Juke Joint Rocker, is our absolute #1 selling electric. Well, in the whole range, it is the #1 selling cigar or CBG. That's I run, and it's just so much fun. And I'm having so much fun at the moment with this timber that I've got. This amazing River She Oak, which has just got like borer holes all through it and little bits of nails, and it's just gorgeous. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. All right, well, that's where we're up to today. I'm done. I'm stuffed, absolutely stuffed. Very hot day at work, teaching primary school. It's good fun. It's fun. I love being a teacher. I love being a teacher, and I love teaching. That's why I do this. That's why I do this, because I think it's in my nature. So, a little challenge for you today. If you've got a friend who maybe is a bit down, maybe feeling a little bit left out, maybe feeling a bit lonely, going through some hard times, why don't you introduce them to the concept of building a cigar box guitar? Maybe go over their place, take an old cigar box, a length of wood, some machine heads, a couple of old machine heads you took off an old acoustic sometime, and just go over and say, hey, I've got something, I want to show you how to do something, you know? Or at least introduce them to maybe the idea, the concept. By all means, show them to the group, the Facebook group. There's a lot of people, and I'm quite humbled by how many people have joined the group. It is going over 4,000 now. I cannot believe the momentum that this group has, and I cannot believe the positivity that comes out of our Facebook group, the Cigar Box Guitar Builder. I'm so proud to have something to do with it. I know that Darren is as well. Mick Verco as well, who's one of our moderators. It's a very cool thing, man. It's a very cool thing. And to do something like this and to be able to build something with your hands that's going to bring someone joy is an incredible thing. So yeah, why not, talk to a friend. Get someone, if they like music, and even if they've never built a thing in their life, you'd be amazed. Guys, girls, kids. I've taught kids at my school how to build these, and the look on their faces when they've built it. They could be having the worst day in the world. Anything could be happening at home, but when they pick up a guitar that they've built and they can have a strum of it, even if it's a single string diddly bow, it doesn't matter. So that's your challenge today. I'll give you that challenge. Maybe introduce someone to cigar box guitars who maybe have never heard of them before, or is maybe going through some hard times, and say, hey, look, why don't you come over, or would you like me to come over? I want to bring you something and show you something. It's a cool hobby. It's a great thing, and maybe if someone's lonely, they can, you know, make some friends here doing this. All right, Adam building guitars. You've been watching Cigar Boss Guitar Builder, and we'll keep going on this. Next video will be pretty much putting it together. So let's see what happens. Catch you later. Bye.